Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Hendrix, and this is from Hubbardton Forge's Synchronicity collection, which is a collection of fixtures that are using Swarovski crystals. These are the finest hand-cut, fire-polished crystals in the entire world. If you get a chance to hit one of the big stores like Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, or you can even go to their flagship store in New York City on 5th Avenue and see some of Swarovski's crystals that are used to make jewelry, and the same ones are used in this fixture. So it really shows you that the Hubbardton Forge goes out of its way to source only the best items to use as accents in their work. So this is the 139863. We have a lot to cover on this. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, independent of these telescoping rods. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So this is 10.9 inches tall, so it's about this high. The depth of it is 8.2, so it's a long, slender piece, and it's 47.8 inches long, which is going to be perfect for a lot of applications, like a 72-inch dining table, 84, 96, over a kitchen island. A lot of people are going to use this probably in entrance halls. It's probably a semi-flush if you have the ceiling height that can work with that. When we get into overall height, now we're talking about from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. We're talking about the whole thing. And if you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod idea. Smaller rod's going to telescope into a bigger rod. Where they come together right here is called a clutch, and there's a little set screw right there. It's going to come with this little hex wrench is what it's called. So when you have this and you're putting it together, right, and you're going to be raising it and lowering it to get it to exactly where you want it to be, you're going to just tighten that little screw with this little wrench, and it's going to lock it into place so it doesn't go up and down. Hubbardton has a patent on this. That's why you never see it on any other lighting fixture in America. So I'm sure that's very important to you. Important to me. Anyway, so this is slope ceiling adaptable in one direction only. You have two of these posts coming up to a canopy on the ceiling. There's a knuckle right here, and it's going to make this, like I said, slope ceiling adaptable to 45. The other post will be next to it, right? You're not going to be able to go up the slope with it because one stem can't be longer than the other stem, so just something you should know. Canopy on the ceiling is going to be 5 inches by 25 inches. Goes over a normal American J-box, junction box. If you want to see more information about that, the best way to do it is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this, look over on this side, kind of scoot down a little bit, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. Those are the papers that are going to be in the box when you get this, and they show you a ton of great information. They show you how it goes on the junction box. It's going to show you how the canopy goes together, how this all goes together, all these important things. It's kind of, these technical line drawings give you this inside view of the fixture you don't really see when you get a chance to look at photographs of it. Coming in at 34 pounds, which means that anything over 25 pounds, Underwriters Labs tell us that it should be attached to a junction box that's attached to the structure of your house, or in addition to, you can use a fan box. Talk to your installer about that. You can take this video and those installations instructions link, and you can probably just email them over to them so they get a chance to see this, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's talk about the adjustable ranges. We talked about a minute ago that you have these telescoping rods, and you can see there's a pull-down menu, and it's going to talk about the 3 different adjustable ranges you can choose from. And that's measured from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So the short is going to be 29.4 to 39.6. That's for people with like 8-foot ceilings. The standard is 37.4 to 53.9. The long is 50.6, and that's going to telescope down to 72.3. If you need this to be shorter than the short, let's say you don't have 8-foot ceilings, you've got 7.5. Or if you're putting this over a breakfast bar, which is higher than a normal American dining table. That breakfast bar is 42 inches tall. Tables tend to be 30 inches tall. So let's say you do need this to be shorter than my short listed there. We do customs, or longer than the long. We do customs every day, and how we do that is you send me an email and it says, I'm looking at the Hendrix, the 139863. I need it to be this long. 22, 24, 104, 125. I take your email, I send it over to Hubbardton Forge. They're going to look at the whole situation with the engineer, and they're going to come back to us most likely with a range that can encompass the number that you gave me. Okay, so that's that. Let's get into what's inside of this. That's very important. You've got 4 of these porcelain sockets just like this. So these are just the regular screw-in bulbs that we all had our whole lives, so we're all used to these, and they're very easy to get. Every store you walk into, you can get these, and especially in LED now too. If you guys want to do incandescent, you can do that. You've got 60 watts in each of these. That's your cap for incandescent. If you want to do LEDs, don't forget, this is an A19 size light bulb, and I can find these up to 100 watt equivalent at my local hardware store. I have easily done that, so that you can really pump a lot of light out of this if you need to. You can also put it on a dimmer, not a problem. Just make sure that you put a dimmer up that's going to be working with either LED or incandescent. Talk to your installer about that, very easy. And again, it's an A19 light bulb. That's just the standard size we all grew up with, like I said. Okay, so moving on from there, why don't we talk about finishes on this. This is a finishes help guide over on this side of your screen and the red tabs over there. Click on that, watch that video. You'll notice beneath the video is a chart, same one that's next to me here. You'll see the pictures have letters A on them or B on them, and it's going to be talked about in the video, so you'll want to do that. There's also an accent on this fixture, so kind of surrounding the little areas where the crystals are, you'll notice those kind of soft-sided triangles. And those are always going to be in black, so keep that in mind. You can do the whole thing in black if you wanted to, or a lot of people are going to do a somewhat contrasting finish, like you see in a lot of the photographs. The pull-down menu will show you all the finishes you can get, and then the help guide is going to walk you through the rest of that. Okay? So I think that covers basically all the really important information. We have a great showroom here in Vermont. We have over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up here. If you want to check that out, it has pictures and information about everything that we have here before you guys come. There is no showroom in the world like this. Hubbardton Forge uses this as their showroom when you come visit us. We're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Our showroom also has an amazing clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. Bring a good size SUV or a big car or a small truck or something like that. If you guys want to visit us, you'll want to take something home. Also bring your ceiling height measurements, ceiling heights and table sizes. Bring all the measurements you can think of. If you have a spare iPad sitting around, take pictures of everything and bring that in so we can kind of look at stuff and we can go it over together. You want to make sure before you buy any clearance stuff that it's going to work for your needs, so it's really important to bring your ceiling heights, okay? So like I said, showroom's open every day except Sunday. I'm here every day except Sunday as well. You can email us at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com 24 hours a day, and we'd love to answer questions that way because then I can kind of keep track of what we're doing. You can call us during business hours at 802-446-2400. You know, when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free. There's no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. We can also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge, let me go back to the return thing for a second. So some larger items are non-returnable, really big things, generally big things on pallets. And it's always going to tell you if that's the case in the description area, so keep your eye out for that, just to be on the safe side. Going back to the lead time, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's how you're going to have all those 10 finishes to play with. General lead time is 3 to 4 weeks. Production time. We can cut that time in half if you guys really need these things faster. It's per line item. It's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop me a quick email and I can walk you through that, okay? So I think that covers basically everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.